we begin with the point where we left in last session. I only introduced plot of the play. Today I will discuss themes, then critical history of King Lear, and then I will try to introduce Othello. King Lear, a great Shakespearean tragedy, which I introduced you in last session, that is replete with philosophical and poetic ideas. We can say that a rich source of literature or literature of future generations. There are a lot of ideas which can be read, explained, and expanded. Just a few significant concepts I have chosen to describe as theme. First theme of the play is nature and nurture. Nature definitely means nature which is not man-made, which is fair, which is as it should be, and nurture. Nurture is human-made. Nurture is result of training. Nurture is result of education, upbringing, etc. This play presents the concept of nature in two ways. First is the world created by nature and its contrast with the world made by man. Main characters of the play, before opening this play, have spent a larger life in man-made settings like a court, palace, etc. But in the play, because of the pressure of circumstances or arising circumstances, they have to take shelter in heath, an open area, a natural landscape. King Lear specially has interaction with nature and he turns into a new being. So one idea is how nature makes man and how society makes man. Nurture is whatever the influence of society, culture, education, morals, values, customs on the development of personality. So what the people have become, I mean, all the negative characters we can see that they don't have a chance to interact with nature. Though one of the character, Edmund is, who in the beginning was in nature and was trying to pose at least that he is the representative of nature. But his effort is to leave nature and enter the domain of society and culture. And he succeeds to usurp the castle of his father, Gloucester. That is the first aspect of nature and nurture. Nature means natural, spontaneous, unschooled, that is making of man in the company of nature. That is idea which is later on by advocated by the great English poet William Wordsworth. Man should be brought up in the company of nature. इंसान को नेचर की कंपनी में प्रमाण चढ़ाना चाहिए तो वो उन मुआशर So first concept of nature and nurture is nature makes a different personality as compared to nurture that is a set of social and cultural instructions. Second is called dichotomy of nature and human conduct. Second aspect of nature and nurture is dichotomy of natural conduct and unnatural conduct. That is mostly seen in the speeches and remarks of King Lear. King Lear believes that the children should be grateful to their parents and that is their natural behavior. And about natural birth, he believes that the children who are offspring of their parents' legitimate wedlock, they are natural, they have natural birth, and those who are product of illicit relationship of parents like Gloucester and his beloved and product is bastard son Edmund. These are unnatural. According to King Lear, the character. King Lear has a confusion in his mind that those children, like his own daughters, who were born in legitimate marriage bond, they should not show unnatural conduct. And with unnatural conduct, he means ungrateful attitude towards parents. He thinks that if parents have uh, given their children legitimate identity in society, so in return they should also show good conduct. That's a very superficial idea of protagonist that he is linking or he is conditioning two different things. One is birth and other is conduct. There is no valid relationship in these two aspects. So, nature and nurture, one aspect is how nature makes a man that is differently nurtured by society and culture. Second, the protagonist King Lear confuses natural birth with unnatural conduct, I mean ungrateful attitude. Second theme of this play is being and becoming. That's a very important theme in literature that often refers to this concept that man becomes a different person after his experiences. In Greek, there was a common notion that man becomes through suffering. और मैन लर्न्स थ्रू सफरिंग। जब इंसान मुश्किल हालात से गुजरता है तो कुंदन बन जाता है, उसके अंदर एक नया करेक्टर आ जाता है। तो जितना लाइफ का उसका एक्सपोजर बढ़ता है, जितने वो मुख्तलिफ किस्म के तजर्बात से गुजरता है, उसी तरह वो एक नई शख्सियत में डल जाता है। In literature, we refer to that concept to the development of personality or development of protagonist personality or changing a novice character into a mature character, or if you are aware of Jane Austen's novel, and the concept is flat and round character. And round characters are those characters that develop through their experience with the passage of time. So all protagonists in major literary works, they are round in the sense that they develop. And from the point they develop, that is called being, and with new insight, new wisdom, new character, they end, that is their becoming. And intrigue or major action of the literary work, that is the mean through which they become something different. In this play, we see that King Lear, who was an old man, but he apparently was a wise man, he had a potential to be something different. And that potential was realized through this episode, which was shared in the play. I mean, his wrong decision to distribute his state and kingship to his daughters, conditioned with his appreciation, admiration, and expression of love. Through this experience, through this experience, King Lear faces trial. He is uh, uh, he loses his status as a king. He faces hardships. He finds the chance to live in open air, in heat, and through these experiences, he learns that is called unschooled wisdom. That greater insight, that power to understand the people, that power to understand relations, and that wisdom to distinct right from wrong, or you can say loyal from disloyal, that are attributes of King Lear's maturity, which he gets through this process of becoming. So whole process, whole action of King Lear, that is the mean of becoming of King Lear. Next theme is called loyalty, and its associated ideas, justice and balance. Though these three are three different themes, but they can be connected together. As for loyalty is considered, we see that first there is a question of loyalty to father, and that's on the part of King Lear's daughters. Those who pretend that they are loyal, I mean Gondrel and Regan, they are not in fact loyal. And the person who does not express loyalty but proves loyalty through her action. Cordelia is more loyal to King Lear than Gondrel and Regan, who expressed love and loyalty to father. Then there is loyalty to king. As for loyalty to king is considered, there is greater uh, example of Earl of Kent. Earl of Kent is embodiment of loyalty in this play. He bears king's fury. He, though he gives a wise counsel, wise advice, loyal advice, he faces a trial. He is banished from he is banished from England, and he even then he tries to stand loyal to king as a disguised king. He could choose otherwise, particularly when he was banished. But as a true loyal to king, he didn't care for any reward or punishment. Most of the hardships which Earl of Kent faced in play, these were his own choice. Next, loyalty to father is loyalty of Edgar. Edgar's loyalty, we can see that Edgar uh, faces hardships just to save his father from uh, undesirable or unpleasant moods. His intention was to keep his father relaxed, keep his father in a better state, though he was the victim of a plan that was plan of Edmund. His loyalty till end remains. Even his suffering is not an excuse that he should not feel for his father or love his father or stand by his father. Last is loyalty to husband, and here we see Conrad and Regan. Both of them have betrayed their husband. There may be a difference of degree or level that how much they are loyal to their husband, but they are disloyal, they have betrayed their husband, they have tried to make illicit relations with Edmund. And Edmund, who claimed loyalty to father, he was not loyal to father, he was not loyal to his brother. Last example can be of fool who remains with the king without any condition, without any question, without any demand. Justice is the theme, and we see in the very beginning of the play that plan of King Lear is against the spirit of justice. He did not want to distribute his property equally among his three daughters. He wanted to distribute his property conditioned with the expression of love for father. So sense of justice is distorted. Another sense of justice is when he deprives his daughter Cordelia of her legitimate share, that's dowry in his dowry from his father. In case of Edmund, we see that there are social conventions and norms that deprive Edmund from his father's property and title of dukeship. So there was also some discrimination between legitimate and illegitimate son, elder and younger son, and giving a right to elder legitimate and depriving the younger illegitimate son. That justice is also destroyed by the characters and their lust, particularly Edmund, Cornwall, Regan, and Gondel's lust. As far balance is considered, we see Though there are parallel in the play, like in the heat and out of heat, are rational wise, Kant, in, intuitional wise, fool, good daughter, good son, bad son. But we see that that balance is uh, at risk. Good is seen in display at ease, and evil is seen very powerful, very strong and poignant. In this way, balance of good and evil is disturbed. Balance of one aspect and other aspect is next theme is greed and lust. We can see that's a notion avarice or covetousness is one of deadly sins, and deadly sins in biblical terms are bound to lead to hell. So, lust of the characters that cause, cause injustice in society ultimately causes their own destruction. Negative characters, greedy and lusty characters like Edmund, Goneril, Regan, Cornwall, they meet their they meet their end because of that uh, trait of greed and lust. Appearance versus reality, as I have told you, that's a theme of the play which is available in every Shakespearean drama. And it's a good, you can say, mean of conveying the concept of irony or tragic irony. Appearance, that is, appearance apparently Goneril and Regan seem more loving to father and more uh, loyal, but in fact, they prove wrong. All characters, whatever they are on the surface, they are not in reality. Even King Lear, who at surface appears a mature old man, but he acts childishly. He seems immature and uh, uh, proves an example of second childishness in old age through his acts. Likewise, Duke Gloucester, who was also apparently man of character, but the presence of Edmund shows that he had irrational trait or what we say. Next theme is nothingness. That theme is much associated with theater of the absurd, particularly drama of Samuel Beckett, dramas of Harold Pinter, dramas of Eugene Ionesco, and sometimes with uh, dramas of Pirandello, Italian dramatist, and poetry of T.S. Eliot. These modernist texts, they have that concept of nothingness. And there is a paradoxical statement as well, nothing is everything. That nothingness sounds in dialogues of characters in this play. From the earlier speech of Cordelia and King Lear, it goes on through the speeches of Edgar and the concluding speeches of King Lear and Edgar. Nothingness not only is seen in dialogues, but also in what we say, uh, it is also seen in the unsaid expressions of character. Nothingness on one side leads to a fatalist concept that is called nihilism. Nihilism means when someone experiences a sheer pessimism that there is nothing meaningful in this world. He loses faith in any virtue, any moral, any law, or anything good. On the other side, that nothingness or meaninglessness is the part of a philosophy that is called existentialism. And in existentialist thought, nothingness proves that life does not have a meaning, but human beings can give life meaning by themselves. I am not going in detail how they do it, but I just say that nothingness is an important reference, and that is a scene in contemporary drama that is called theater of the absurd. Then a great metaphor of the play as well as one of the basic theme of this play is called blindness, another uh, uh, mutually dependent concept that is madness. Blindness and madness are important theme of this play. In play we say that physically there is Cornwall who gets blind, and that's King Lear who gets mad or partially mad in storm scene of the play. Because King Lear is mentally deranged to see the ungrateful behavior of his daughters Gonrel Regan and insult by steward of Gonrel, I mean Oswald. But as a evoking theme of this play, we can see that most of the characters are blind. जिस थीम को अभी हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, ब्लाइंडनेस एंड मैडनेस. Blindness shows that character is not. Blindness means the characters cannot choose wisely. Character is blind and he is mad for his anger. He is mad because of his lust, because of his greed, or he is mad because of his bewilderment in newly emerged circumstances. We see madness of King Lear because of his extreme anger against the attitude of his daughters. We see a partial madness because of bewilderment of Edgar, and here we can see that metaphorical madness of Gloucester that caused his illicit relationship, which later on caused his own blindness. Egotism is a significant idea, a theme that egotist characters like to assert their own egotistic values and concerns. King Lear's, King Lear's ego caused the drama of expressing love for father and getting the maximum share in kingship and state, and that plot caused his own fall. Narcissism or narcissistic feelings, one's own love for one's own self, अपने आप से मोहब्बत, that is a narcissism and narcissistic feeling, and the